Good morning, everybody. It's Randy Thomason again with the Central Arkansas Real Estate Investors Association. Happy Halloween. Tomorrow's Halloween. So hopefully you can go out there and scare up some deals today and tomorrow. Today we're going to be talking about purchasing on lease options. Lease with an option to buy. The way you go about doing this is you negotiate a deal with the seller to get a longer term lease, preferably at least 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever you can negotiate, but then also have an option to buy the property. The way I like to do it is to have the option to buy it at whatever the mortgage balance is at the time I exercise the option. So if I have a 10-year option to purchase the property, 10 years from now the mortgage will be a lot less than it is today, so I get the value of the pay down since I'm making the mortgage payments every month. The other thing I get is the spread on the lease. If my cost on the lease of leasing it from the owner is $600 a month and I can rent it at $850 a month, I'll make $250 a month spread. And I get the value of the mortgage pay down if I exercise the option. But with the option, I'm not obligated to buy the property. So let's say the neighborhood that the property is in turns to, goes down in value, maybe becomes less desirable because of crime in the area. I don't have to exercise that option. I can end my lease and be done with the property and move on to another one. It's just some of the things you can do using the lease option on the purchase side. One other thing I would suggest though you do is if you do purchase with a lease with an option to buy, is to have the seller put it into a trust, a land trust preferably, because that will insulate the property against any judgments against the owner. If the owner has an IRS lien or if the owner got sued and got a judgment against him and he owns the property in his name, it could and probably would encumber the title to where you would not be able to buy the property with a good clean title. But if it was moved over to a land trust, the odds are very high that it would be separated because the trust actually owns the property, not the seller that way. So just a few little tips. Again, happy Halloween, and we will see you next week on Money Monday.